What's good, everyone? Hope you're having a good day or night whenever you're watching us. And today, we're gonna be talking about some more Bluelock, right? More Neo Ego League topics. Basically, since the Bastard and PXG game is over, it's about time we crown somebody of who the MVP was that game, right? And I'm not talking about the MVP of Bastard. I'm talking about the MVP of PXG. Since it's a lot of players that was notorious that game. You have Rin, Shidou, Charles, Charles, Karasu maybe, Charles, um, Nanase, Charles. So yeah, personally, I'm gonna give my thoughts on why I think, if you haven't guessed by now, and looked at the thumbnail, I think Charles was the MVP of the PXG game. And, first before I even give my reason, let's just go over his feats, right? Let's just go over his feats. Um, so first we got him being able to, get past Raichi on his own, like with crazy off the ball movement. Which, Raichi is a mainly defender that is good at marking people. So the fact he's able to get by so easily past Raichi is pretty crazy. Um, Charles also does have metavision. We get confirmed that like really early off in the game, like he does have metavision. And speaking of, let's talk about his passing abilities as well. Uh, Charles is a pretty solid passer. Not actually solid is understatement. He's probably one of the best passers we've seen in the series so far. Um, he's able to pass it between two bastard defenders and fake it with perfect backspin with an upward curve pass past the run, because everybody thought the ball was going to run and it really wasn't going to run. So he passed it upwards past him and he gave the ball to Shidou, and that puts them on the board 1-0 with Shidou scoring. Charles at that point just like has an attachment to Shidou, and like it's kind of made known that if they don't stop Charles they will lose. So yeah, Charles was like the main threat at the start of the game. When it comes to Bastard's possession, Charles is able to steal the ball from Iori before he can even pass. Like he basically perception blitzed him. Um, and now more confirmation that Charles has metavision. Charles tries to pass it to Shidou again, but this time Kunigami gets in the way, because again, like now he's like dead set on passing it to Kunigami. I mean, not passing it to Kunigami, passing it to Shidou, but Kunigami, locking that shit down like he should. Um, Raichi's able to get the ball, and again, Charles is able to steal and stop him again. Like this shit is just it's just a recurring thing. I'm not gonna lie. Um, Charles does another outside cross kick pass to Shidou, and it ends up not being successful again. Because he continues to keep passing to Shidou and Kunigami's locking him up. He It's really funny because Kaiser and Ness are able to lock down 99% of his passing route, and he still passed through both of them. Which, although the pass didn't make it to Shidou because he already intercepted it, it's the fact that he was still able to pass between that small crevice of space. And then, after that, we kind of get a glimpse of him losing motivation because he couldn't get the ball to Shidou. He doesn't want to pass the Ren. He's like, he lost motivation, which is a thing Loki said is a really big problem for him. He gets like discouraged really quickly and doesn't want to play. So for that like little part of the game, I will say he was selling. It was like a 10, it was like a 10-11. It was a 10-11. But when he gets motivated again or gets hyped through the game, Charles is able to stop Isagi's shot before Isagi gets set up for it. So he was able to stop Isagi's shot course. Defensive demon, by the way. He has way more defensive feats coming. You know, he's able to trap the ball or get to the ball before Raichi and Kiora. And now that Kunigami's getting a little tired, he now has free roam to either pass to him or run. Alright. So this is where it starts to get pretty crazy. Because, like Shidou and Ren at this point are just like some of the best strikers on the field. But the way it looks, I'll show you guys probably on my screen. Hopefully I remember this. I don't know. but this is one of the best passing feats he does in the entire series so far, right? Right? The Rabona cross. A technique that nobody else on the field could have read besides Rin and Shidou. The Rabona cross, and with the Rabona cross, he's able to assist Rin to his crash shot goal, which is again one of the best goals that we've seen in the Neo Eagles League, and some of the best passes we've seen in the Neo Eagles League. So, his passing, his dribbling, his defense has been top tier, and we're still not done. Charles is also able to dribble past Master Munchin pretty easily with counters. Um, he's now the problem of him being discouraged anymore isn't really an issue, since Charles can now pass the run. He's passing the run now, so that the shit about him being like discouraged, that's just not a thing anymore. So he's a very active player in this game now, right? So the next one is another crazy defensive feat that only somebody like Lorenzo has performed, is blocking the Kaiser impact. Do I need to say anymore? He blocked the Kaiser impact. I don't see Ren playing insane defense. Like it took him to awaken and evolve to intercept a pass, bro. Like what are we talking about, man? What are we talking about? Charles blocks Yukimiya's shot when he gets on the field too. After he gets predators on, another defensive feat. We love it. And to end it off, Charles is able to do a quick counter and pass all the way up to Shidou, where Shidou, just passed the run, and then that's all we kind of get for Charles for the rest of the game. But I'm going to quickly go over why Charles, right, stay with me. Charles is the MVP of PXG, right? I know you're probably thinking, oh, Ren's the MVP, Ren's this, Ren's that. I'm not gonna lie, that's for another video, but I'll get into it a little bit this video. That nigga sold the team. That nigga sold the team. You can't convince me that he didn't sell the team. Constant goal and scoring opportunities. Loki should have benched his ass. I'm not gonna lie, Loki should have benched his ass. But they was too invested in his evolution. So yeah, no. The fact that Ren could have ended the game and could have easily wrapped it up, but chose to oh no, I wanna be schizophrenic today and not shoot, right? So we messed that up, right? And I want to say Shidou also could have been an MVP candidate, but let's be real, bro. He scored one goal and Kunigami locked him up for the rest of the game. He had no shot. I'm be real with you. Him passing though, great key. I love him passing, but yeah, no, there's no shot either of those two have. Although Ren was he was doing crazy shit. He was 1v2 in Usagi and Kaiser. I think as a overall performance, Charles did contribute more without selling more. Okay, if we're comparing not shooting a wide open goal to Charles getting discouraged a little bit, I don't really know which one's worse, but personally I'm taking Charles as my PXG MVP. I'm taking him as the PXG MVP with no doubt in my mind. I think that he overall performed as a midfielder should. He assisted both the forwards and he was playing excellent defense. I think he played the best defense on the field. I'm not gonna lie. He played the best defense on the field, in my opinion. He was able to block the Kaiser Impact, block Yukimiya, block Isagi. I'm pretty sure he blocked all of the best forwards on the team. So I definitely do think he genuinely does deserve that award, that little trophy that I'm about to give him. He's definitely up there. He's definitely up there. But I just wanted to talk about how I feel like Charles is my personal PXG MVP. Next video will be one of two things. I'm about to do this live real quick to give y'all a little insight if anybody made it to this point on probably what the next video is gonna be. Next video I will be either talking about Luna, one of the World 5 stars that plays for Madrid, or I'll be talking about who will get cut. I'm gonna talk about who will be getting cut out of NEO. Another video idea I have is World Class, which is, or it's probably going to be titled World Class, but it's going to be talking about who who after the Neo Eagles League arc will truly be a world class player, right? And then one of the other videos is, speaking of Ren, a video centered about Ren, of me talking about was it all Ren's fault, which I'll say the time. If you actually so happen to make it to the end of the video, it is definitely Ren's fault. I'm gonna say the time it was Ren's fault. But in that video, I will be bashing him about every single one of his mistakes and how they could have been avoided. So, stay tuned for that video. Thank you all for the support this past week with, just supporting my videos, because the past 5 videos have been absolutely spectacular. And you've all showed it love, likes, and views. I really appreciate that, truly. A step closer to my personal goal. So, thanks for watching. Subscribe and like if you're new, or if you just, like my content. Alright, if you read Bluelock, or like if you just like Bluelock. But, that's all for me. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.